Welcome in. Thanks for stopping by again on such short notice. We are back with another edition of IDP. Today we've got a bit of dream pop / gaze stuff, shoegaze stuff. And then at the end, finish with a couple in the more indie pop, jangle, power pop realm. So you're definitely going to want to make sure you grab yourself a nice cold beverage. Also probably going to want to, wrap your lips around a meat stick. There's plenty of meat stick to choose from. So much so that you're probably going to want to, consider double fisting them. Let's go ahead and get started. This is the 9th studio LP for the band Mercury Rev. First studio LP that's not a tribute album since 2015. Yes, the album's called Born Horses. It's on Bella Union. I had kind of thought, looking at this, they kind of have changed the logo, the logo for the design on the sleeve to be reminiscent of the Deserters songs, All Is Dream era Mercury Rev. But so I guess I kind of thought that there was a chance this was going to be maybe something along those lines, but yeah, I was wrong. So this is actually, I would say, a fairly bizarre album in that it doesn't really sound like except for in small doses, it doesn't really sound like anything Mercury Rev has done previously. It doesn't have that weird, unpredictable kind of punk weirdness of the early albums. It doesn't share a lot with their more successful late 90s, early 2000s period with Deserter songs and All Is Dream. So this album has Jonathan Donahue, the lead vocalist, the leader of Mercury Rev, basically not singing, but doing more of kind of beat poetry over music that is a little bit dream poppy, a little bit jazzy, a little loungy, very cinematic, not completely out of the realm of what Mercury Rev has done in recent years. But when you add in the vocals and how the album plays, it's very odd. I would say very odd. It's almost like ridiculous storytelling at some points. Other points, not so much, but in some areas, it's just very strange subject matter or peculiar subject matter. I don't think that I would say that I hate this, but I also, after having listened to it 3 times, I'm not sure I'm going to listen to it again anytime soon. I'm also not sure who I would recommend this album to. There are people I think that would like the weirdness of it to some level, but if you're new to Mercury Rev, I definitely would not recommend this album. This would be the last album I think I would recommend to someone who's new to Mercury Rev. But also if you're a fan, I don't know. I'm just not even sure. I'm not sure where I would fall on it. I guess at the end of the day, I don't think that I'm going to be coming back to it, and I don't know that I would necessarily recommend it. But that doesn't mean that you won't like it. The name of the album is called Born Horses, the 9th full-length studio release by the band Mercury Rev, and it's out now on Bella Union.
I've been a bird of no address ever since the day you left. Been so long I wanna forget, but not yet. In a world of strays and loneliness, where young people cry and old people kiss, I still see patterns, even where they don't exist. And when we get to the end, we'll begin again.
Next up was one that album that was recommended to me by David Ellis in the comments of a video maybe a couple weeks ago or something. This is a band out of, I think, Cincinnati, Ohio, called Sungaze, and they just released in August a self-titled album, so Sungaze by Sungaze. It's their third studio LP. Yeah, so Sungaze is actually a duo. It's a husband and wife duo, Ian Hilvert and Ivory Snow, and they both they kind of trade off on lead vocals, and they sing together throughout. I'd say this is quite a solid album. It is kind of dream pop, a little shoegaze with like American country music blended in, kind of sort of uniquely, kind of ethereal twang, maybe a little gothy in spots as well. There'll be one song that might be a little bit of like a grungy dream pop, and then the next track will be maybe a little bit, like a little more countrified dream pop, if that makes any sense. So kind of genre blending with the dream pop shoegaze foundation. Anyway, definitely digging this one. I think a lot of people would actually like this. So yeah, thanks to David for the recommendation. Again, the name of the band is Sungaze, and this is a self-titled release. I think it's also I think it might be self-released as well. So anyway, Sungaze by Sungaze. Next, the Richmond, Virginia band called Young Scum is back with their sophomore LP titled Lighter Blue. It's on Pretty Olivia Records. Young Scum is kind of, known for their kind of jangle pop prowess of their debut release. This album, I think, is safe to say is a bit more crunchy, noisy guitar sounds in it versus the debut release, but still has that lovely boy-girl vocals, great melodies, and still, plenty of hooks. This is indie pop, high quality indie pop with some jangle. Yeah, I think more power pop would be where this may be a more accurate way to state it. It is, for sure, it is a little twee, so twee alert. But I'm liking this quite a bit. It's called Lighter Blue. That's the name of the album, Lighter Blue, and the artist, band, is called Young Scum. Like I say, it's out now on Pretty Olivia Records.
I'll do this again. I saw you at the grocery store. It was weird, I won't talk to you anymore. I didn't wanna be so mean, crying on the hardest day of summer, crying on the hardest day of summer. You said everything was fine, but I knew it wasn't mine.
Yeah, so the band or project Love Burns have just released their second LP. It's entitled Blue. So they're back-to-back indie pop albums with blue in the album title. This one's just blue. Love Burns is a band we have talked about before here on this channel. It's a project of Phil Sutton, who is in Pale Lights, who we've talked about here before, who's in Belisette, he's in a variety of other bands as well. There's a definite Lloyd Cole, Edwyn Collins type influence among many others, I'd say, as well as like Gary Olson / Ladybug Transistor. Gary Olson actually plays on this album as well, as does Beth Arzy from Trembling Blue Stars and Jetstream Pony, etc., etc. It's jangly indie guitar pop, catchy songs, well crafted. I will say it's just, you know, 7 strong pop albums. It is on the short side, another one of these, you know, around 20-minute LPs. Yeah, it's recommended for the pop kids out there. Again, Love Burns. Love Burns is the name of the artist, and the album is called Blue, and it's out now on Jigsaw Records and Kleine, Untergrund, Schallplatten. I'm sure I butchered that. Anyway, Love Burns, Blue.
Don't be afraid, just take your chance and come with me. Oh, the family always needs you. By your side, you know that without them blue, they're the same, and this town won't ever change. Brother, still in the gutter, and I never looked at the stars. Rose red cheeks and eyes so bright it's hard to say goodbye to be on my